So we're back doing another SoCal business report as we've had a number of messages from people asking us what's going on with the state of California basketball playoffs. And I told you earlier this year when we had the Final Four in the southern section that Etiwanda, Bishop Montgomery, Mater Dei, and Sierra Canyon, any one of the four could have won the southern section. So we've had some things transpire in the state tournament. After we finished the Southern Section Open Championship, which Mater Dei won, we headed into the state tournament, and Mater Dei's already lost. They played Fairfax and they lost. After the Southern Section happens, they reseed. Some of the people in the Open maybe move back to Division I. People in the city section in LA move into the Open section for the state tournament. The San Diego section, some people move in. So basically what we had happen is Etiwanda beat Westchester, Mater Dei lost to Fairfax, and Sierra Canyon beat Foothills Christian from the El Cajon, San Diego area, 88-61. Bishop Montgomery beat Mission Bay of San Diego, 66-34. Really took over in the second half there. So now at this point, tonight we're going to have Sierra Canyon playing Bishop Montgomery again, a couple of heavyweights, and Etiwanda is going to host Fairfax. So we're going to cover the Bishop Montgomery Sierra Canyon game. Sierra Canyon is in Chatsworth. This next weekend, the winners will play in Long Beach, and at that point we'll have a Southern California champion that will go and play the Northern California champion in Sacramento. So you have the section championships, and you move to the state tournament. So it's prestigious to win that Southern section. Those that lost, they get to move on and play in the state tournament and kind of redeem themselves. And from what you saw there with the scores I gave you, were Mission Bay and Foothills Christian, they had some trouble playing the LA schools. So, we hope to send some teams to Sacramento. They're going to win the state championship as they play Northern California. As they say in LA, we wear chucks, not ballies. In Division I, St. John Bosco, they're going to play Rancho Christian. So St. John Bosco was in the Open division in the Southern section. Now they've moved to Division I. Chino Hills plays Pasadena, so that'll be a rematch. And the winners of that will play this weekend to decide who represents Southern California in the state championship. Chino Hills, just so you know, they had to play Crespi, and they did emerge victorious. They had 28 points from Onyeka Kongwu. Brandon Williams had 43 in that game, and Dana Altman from the University of Oregon was there to watch Brandon, and as he's reopened his recruitment, there's going to be a lot of people wanting to talk with him. So Sierra Canyon is in Chatsworth, although the game tonight will be at Calabasas High School because the gym at Sierra Canyon just isn't quite big enough. Calabasas has a gym that can seat a couple thousand people. So we don't want to step over anything. The kind of the elephant in the room, the elephant in the gym. The city of Chatsworth, traditionally there's been a lot of manufacturing, small manufacturing, aerospace manufacturing, but it's also known nationally as kind of the pornography capital, I guess you'd call it. And it's not like you're walking in Amsterdam in the red light district, but in the quiet neighborhoods behind the doors and in the some of the nice looking business fronts. That's the kind of activity that happens behind door oftentimes. Those of you who don't know, I'm a financial advisor, and I do investments, taxes, I do Medicare insurance, group health, so forth. And when I moved to California, it's kind of a funny story. Initially, I also sold some management consulting and worked with people all over the state. And we were in the area one time, and so me and one of my reps that I was working with were out canvassing, cold calling in the area, and we had a nice looking building. We went up the elevator to the second floor. There was a neon light that kind of led us to the front desk where the secretary was, and told him what I always, hey, my name's Ray Dietz, came to talk to the owner. He's the owner here now. And so for the young people out there doing B2B, you always want to identify yourself, and you also want to see if the owner's there right now. That way you get a yes or no, and later they can't give you a story that the owner's not in. So anyhow, the executive came out, we went to a boardroom, we went through our proposal and talked about our services, and usually the biggest problem that comes out is employees in most businesses. And at that point we started hearing some sounds across the other wall from us, and the owner says, hey, I'm sorry for that, we're filming right now. So at that point we we kind of realized what was going on, what kind of business we were in. And long story short, the industry actually does 100 billion. It has 100 billion in net worth. There's 15 billion profit each year, and that compares to the rest of the Hollywood mainstream type of movies and filming, where there's 10 billion profits each year. So it is a part of the community, and I guess human nature will always make that type of thing exist. Lots of other things happen in Chatsworth. I mentioned the machining business. Also, Chatsworth High School, they've been known for their high school baseball team. Very good team. Mike Moustakis of the Kansas City Royals went through Chatsworth High School, and it's hard to miss him when he went through. His team did very well. They won city championships, and just last year he broke Steve Balboni's record. Balboni had 36 home runs, and Moustakis had 38 to create a club record for home runs. That's about it for the pregame here. It's going to be another battle tonight with Bishop Montgomery, and taking the floor. They're going to want some redemption against Sierra Canyon, as Sierra Canyon kind of pulled out a miraculous OT game last time, and the winners will play this weekend at the Pyramid, and at that point we'll have our representative for the Open Division in the state championship. So look forward to seeing you after the game.